Welcome back, True Seeker. Everyone wants to know about the black cat on the field on Monday Night Football to conclude Week 9. And think about that right there. What do we know about cats and 9? They say a cat has 9 lives. And this morning, ESPN wrote that the black cat helped the Cowboys turn the game around and get to a 5-3 record. And of course, black cat in gematria equals 53, as does Vesica Piscis, which is the name of the shape of the football in sacred geometry. The Vesica Piscis, which equals 53. It means fish's bladder, Vesica Piscis. Fish's bladder also sums to 53. That's why you have a 53-yard wide field, a 53-man roster. But let's go over the ritual of the black cat a little bit more. If you follow my work, you know about New York and 39. We call 39 the New York number. The black cat came on the field while the score was 3-9. And in case you're new here, let's just go over New York and 39. When I first began, the only ciphers I taught were the alphabetic order and the alphabetic order with the rules of numerology. There's also the reverse alphabetic order and the reverse alphabetic order with the rules of numerology. And the reason I knew these two ciphers were relevant was because of examples like this. The abbreviation for New York is NY. N's the 14th letter, Y is the 25th. 14 plus 25 is 39. If you write out New York, it equals 39. That's what the alphabetic order and rules of numerology. It's the Empire State. If you write out Empire, alphabetic order and rules of numerology, it's 39. And once upon a time, just knowing that, I went through the history of New York and saw how relevant 39 was from sports. Every New York Super Bowl won, 4 by the Giants, 1 by the Jets, they're all coded around the number 39. The score, the location, the parallel, every single one, there's a 39 front and center. G-Min equals 39. You know, this was during the Giants game last night. Their nickname is the G-Min 39. So, when I learned reverse gematria, I realized that NYC, the abbreviation for New York City, 39. I noticed when you write out New York, comma, NY, you know, like how you'd write it on an envelope. My shift button doesn't work anymore. I've worn this typer out. Anyway, New York, comma, NY is also 39. Again, it's just such a big number in New York. The United Nations there is 39 floors tall. The state was established July 26, 1788, a date with 39 numerology. The first governor was George. George is 39. George Clinton. Clinton is 39. His birthday is July 26th, the same day as New York, 1739. The World's Fair was there in 39, and just a million more things. 39. It's the New York number. And if you think they missed that extra point by accident, you're fooling yourself. NY 39, always a big number, used again and again ritualistically in sports. Look up Saquon Barkley's first carry with the Giants in the preseason. It was for 39 yards. Not an accident. All perfect script. So anyway, you get the black cat on the field while the score is 3-9. And by the way, you can also read that score 9-3. Notice New York, comma, NY is also 93. Think what went down in New York in 93. You know, give you a clue. Blind Sheik, 93. They blame the 93 World Trade Center bombing on the Blind Sheik. But anyway, if you write out Monday Night Football, it's also 93. So this was a special ritual, 93, associated with the occult religion Thelema. And by the way, since black cats are associated with witchcraft, pagans, 39, Wicca's 39, special number to the occult. And don't forget, American football is credited to Masonry. Masonry's 39. So just understand, this was a perfect ritual. Obviously, somebody let the cat out on the field, not by accident. And in light of them bringing up Halloween, don't forget, Week 9 began on Halloween with Thursday Night Football. And if you watch that game, the opening drive, here I even have it on my blog. It was Kenyon Drake, the new member of the Arizona Cardinals, who came over for the Miami Dolphins. He's wearing the number 41 for the Cardinals. He makes his debut on Halloween. He scores the first touchdown of the game. Halloween's 41, TNF's 41. And on his opening drive, Kenyon Drake has 41 yards. Again, perfect script. You learn gematria. You see how scripted the games are. But now check this out. November 4th is the day leaving 57 days left in the year, right? And cat, when you run the alphabetic order in reverse, equals 57. And American football is credited to the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry through Walter Camp, who went to Yale and was likely a member of Skull and Bones. And what's interesting is the black cat is a sign of good luck, good fortune in Scottish mythology. Scottish Rite. So cat's 57, Scottish Rite's 57. Big number always in sports. We called the Nationals Astros World Series because of this number, and we called the Nationals to win it because of this number. World Series equals 57, Nationals equals 57. We saw that if the Astros lost the World Series, they'd get to their 57th postseason loss. Exactly what they did. The Nationals also got to their 105th win. Nationals 105. 105th win of the season, that is. So anyway, special number that gets used again and again and again ritualistically in sports. Again, we're talking about a cat, 9 lives, NFL Week 9. After the cat came on the field, again, the score was 3-9. There were 12 points scored in the game, right? After the cat came on the field, there were 43 more points scored. The final score was 37-18, 55 combined points. And the Spanish word for cat, gato, equals 43 like Dallas Cowboys. And think about it. You know, Halloween, very much associated with Hispanic communities, Day of the Dead. So to look at the, Spanish word for cat, gato, very fair. Gato equals 43 like Dallas Cowboys, 43 points scored after the cat comes on the field. And think about how many points the Giants scored. They only scored 9 more points. They were on 9 points. They scored 9 more to get to 18. A cat, 9 lives. Today the big joke is how favorable it was for the Cowboys. And on Patreon, this was an easy call. We saw that home teams would fall to 11-3 for the week with a Giants loss. Scottish equals 113. The majority of games this week were on Sunday, November 3rd, 11/3. Home teams, by the way, went 11-0 on Sunday, not counting the London game. 11 wins in Week 9, 11-9. Where have I seen those numbers before? And then the weekends with New York, and home teams stay on 11 wins. But Scottish 113, Dallas 113. Home teams finish 11-3 for the week. The only ones that lost were Thursday night, the Cardinals. Monday night, the Giants. And Jacksonville, who played in London, not really their home. By the way, Jaguars equals 23. That was the 23rd game in London all time, and the Texans got their 23rd win against the Jaguars. 23 of the 9th prime, Week 9. Anyhow, Scottish, Dallas 113, and for the season, home teams fell to 6-4 on Monday Night Football. New York Giants 64. By the Giants losing, home teams became 6-4 on Monday Night Football for the season. If you're asking how can there be 10 games in Week 9, don't forget there was a doubleheader the first Monday of the season, opening week. So home teams are now 6-4, New York Giants 64. Week after week, it's rituals just like this, just normally without the cat. But the scripting's always the same. So, and by the way, if you watched the game, it began with an opening interception. Giants equals 25 in the most pure cipher. And what did they put on the screen if you were paying attention? It was the guy's 25th career interception and his first interception in 25 games. Exactly what they put on the screen to start the game. The interception was made by a Giants player, which equals 25, right? And then you go on from there to have a halftime score of 13-12, 25 combined points. Dallas 13 in the most pure cipher, MNF 12. And, Dak has 137 yards passing at halftime. 137 is the 33rd prime number. The 33rd prime. MNF is 33. New York is 33. Cowboys is 33. Again, American football is credited to Masonry. Masonry's 33. It's credited to a Scottish Rite Freemason with the surname Camp, 33. They moved the extra point to 33 years a few years back. And the two leading receivers at halftime, or the longest receptions, were for 42 yards. Or, excuse me, the long reception was for 42 yards, but the two leading receivers had 42 yards. They're catching balls from Dak Prescott, 42. Again, we talked about NYC, which has that 42 connection. Giants won Super Bowl 42 and 46. NYG, the abbreviation for New York Giants, is 46. But it's just the same thing week after week. The leading Giants receiver had 33 yards. I mean, it's just the same stuff week after week. You look at the box scores, you look at the score at halftime, it's just all perfectly coded. And if you follow us on Patreon, the numbers that we talk about every week before the games are played are the same numbers you see all night throughout the game. And it's very predictable. It's very repetitive. It's just pro sports are a joke. Just like having a black cat on the field. And it just makes you wonder, who released it? Who released the black cat? My guess is they had a small hat. So we'll leave it there. Until next time.